There was a noticeable bounce in the Brazilian foreign minister's step after announcing to the world they'd got the deal done. Antonio Patriota stood firm that this was a good deal, period.
There is no other possible vision of development in the world today. The fact that we were able to join hands around a common vision that also establishes a process through which we can develop SDGs that can be applied to the whole of the international community, which is different from the MDGs, which were only for developing countries. Now it's all countries involved.
The draft confirms poverty as the greatest global challenge, encourages countries to consider policies towards a green economy, affirms the role of women, the right to safe and adequate food, and the sustainable use of oceans, and so on. Isabella Teixeira is Brazil's environment minister.
I am personally very happy that I won't have to wait until Sunday morning, which was what happened in Durban. And this is the first time in the last few years that I see a conference ending exactly when it should.
The deal has irked the NGOs who call the language weak and tepid. The text doesn't make water right, does not address financing for sustainability, it does not commit to energy for all as a right, and has no timetables and targets. Yoke Ling Chi is with the Third World Network.
I think the responsibility for a document that, frankly, is at the title, The Future We Want, I don't think any one of us looking at that will say this is something that we want. And I think there's an NGO petition already out, this is not the future we want.
Nolene Nabulivu of Fiji's Women's Action for Change took issue with the removal of reproductive rights from the final draft.
There is an absence of any reference to reproductive rights. So a key part of sexual and reproductive health and rights is gone. If we want to ask ourselves, how did this happen? We can do the analysis until the cows come home.
But Yoke Ling Chi of the Third World Network explains this was always going to be a difficult compromise.
In a topic like sustainable development, with so many different issues coming together, there are going to be compromises and trade-offs. And this is what we see in the document. Some countries did not want to see the word equity at all. Some countries did not want to see right to water. Others did not, only one country or two countries, but enough to block. And so I think what we have here is really, nobody wants to touch a word because to open up, you will unravel everything.
The document now goes to heads of state who are expected to endorse it later this week amidst the bellows of disapproval from civil society. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News, Rio de Janeiro.